What's going on? What's going on? You already know what time it is. You're in the place to be today as the Falcons went on ahead and handled business and took care of the Jets today, 13-8. So let's go ahead and get to it. But before we get to it today, go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe button for us so we can go ahead and continue to keep bringing you the content that you search for. Welcome to the BirdCage, Partyline edition. Let's go.
Okay, y'all, this is it.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Without further ado, you already know how we gonna get down with it. Definitely a gutty, gritty win with the defense today. They got to get the game ball. But before we get into it and break this thing down, man, I got to go ahead and bring in my guy K Dub, Killer Killian Worthy, and also got to bring in the gray one, the salt and pepper man, Mr. Graybeard. Once he gets his camera up and running, what's going on, man?
What's going on? What's going on, BirdCage listeners, subscribers, and followers? Glad to see you in the building today for a nice win to come off that disappointing loss from the Dogs yesterday. But it's
Don't
good to
even
be in that.
mention this.
I
Don't
mean, I
even
have to.
mention it.
I mean, we have to mention it because it's a part of what we got going on. But it's
Woo.
good to have a win, a team in leading division. Good to be in the house today to kind of get a little bit of some medicine to kind of get over that disappointment. But other than that, man, I mean, shots out and hats off to the defense. Great, outstanding play today because the offense really didn't give us much, but the defense and that money that we invested into that defense is really starting to pay off in the later run of this season. Especially the bankhead Bates. I keep saying he needs a pay raise, even though he's getting paid a lot. Just give him like some kind of bonus check because he just keep coming up big. And I love the celebration that they had. They performed. It was pretty nice. But other than that, it was just great to get a win, man. Even though it was against the lowly Jets who are without inept quarterback play. But hey, in this league, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. Nobody felt sorry for us last night. So it is what it is.
Exactly.
But good to be in the house tonight. If you haven't got told yet, if you're new to the stream, if you're new to the podcast, hit that like, share, subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. BirdCage is definitely official. All right, that's it.
Definitely. And like I said, Bankhead Bates has been worth the investment. Today, AK, well, he's not 47 no more, so we got to call him AK-17 now since he changed his number. And I give it to him. He came through at the end. That is exactly what we've needed. And then, when AJ Terrell goes down, you got Clark Williams III that steps up today. And when you
Yeah.
talk about Clark Williams III, he played a hell of a game. You know what I mean? For a guy coming in off the bench the way that he did, and he's been paying dividends. I compared him earlier this season to Aeneas Williams, the Hall of Fame legendary corner. Not many people
Yeah.
knew about him, just like Aeneas. Same speed, same type of fundamentals, and very aggressive at the point of attack. Even though he got flagged for a penalty, I take that because he's being aggressive opposed to letting receivers get off on him. So, he did his thing today. Got to give the linebacking core their flowers today. And Bud Dupree showed up today. He showed up big time today. And it's sad that our defense is still carrying this offense, even though we're leading the division. It's not gonna last in the playoffs. That's what folks got to realize. Like that offense got to start converting points because that defense is eventually gonna get tired when we go up against a team that's got a heartbeat. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. But I mean, I'm just going, like I said, we going week by week. This team is not world beaters by far. We are basically learning each other out each week. So get the job done, even if it's a field goal by coup. I mean, we're just trying to get to the playoffs. No one said we were winning the Super Bowl this year. We're just trying to crawl before we walk and continue to get better each season under Arthur Smith and his play call.
I mean, I'm for making
Well,
the
we see
playoff.
you in the back.
Oh, my bad.
We see you in the back, William. We're gonna bring you in, but we're gonna let Graybeard chop it up. But we gotta bring in the Black Wall Street Journal. We got Scoop in
Scoop.
the building, and then we also got Coach Cam in the building. Go ahead, Graybeard, because we know Scoop got that grin on his face because you know what he want to get at today.
Red cheese, red cheese, red cheese, red cheese, red cheese. I'll do it for you. Oh, first and foremost, hey man, I'm just glad we got the dub. We much needed it because after the disappointment what happened last night, I'm not even gonna talk about it. Hell of a kicking dog. That's all I got to say. But let's talk about what I seen. In my opinion, it was ugly. Michael, you were right. It was ugly. We can't keep relying on the defense just to keep bailing us out. They gave us 3 turnovers in the game. 3 turnovers. How many
Yes, they
points did
did.
we? How many points did we convert? Thank you, Cam. None. You can't do that next week, man. We don't. I mean, we can't do that. We can't act the defense to pretty much give them the ball back, and they give us the ball back. It's 3 and out. 3 and out. We had 4 straight punts before we actually got a kick field goal. You can't win football games like that, man. I just think for me, I'm looking at this New York Jet team. Yes, they have a formidable front seven. Can't take that away from them. But still,
Yep.
they're still one of the worst rushing defensive teams in the National Football League. To me, not pretty much feeding Tyler Algier early and not letting him get in the rhythm, whatever the case may be, is going to come back and hunt us. I'm not. I understand Bijan is the special toy or whatnot, but freaking, in my opinion, Tyler Algier is the catalyst to this Russian offense. Man, you get Tyler going, everybody else gonna fall into place, and we can't keep doing that. Shout out to Ritter for not turning over the football. Was he perfect this game? No. Was he decent this game? Yeah, he could be better. We can all agree to disagree on that. But the fact of the matter is, he wasn't playing too loose. He was trying to make his progression. He was trying to make the correct read and correct throws, and that's all we can all give him credit to. But I just think forward on Arthur Smith, man, he has to be able to call consistent play calling for the rest of the season to even make it to the playoff. Because if we do this next week, I think we playing Tampa. I believe we do this against Tampa, we gonna lose.
It ain't gonna, yeah. And you gotta give, and you commented on Bijan. I'm gonna let you keep cooking, but I gotta throw this out there since you put him there. Bijan Robinson is the first Falcon to 1,000 yards. He's the fastest to 1,000 yards. The first person to do it before him was the legendary William Andrews, who we compare Tyler Algier to. So, I got to give the young buck his
Oh
credit.
yeah.
Arthur Smith got him to that point. Let's keep it real, because Al just should have been holding that rock. But hey, he got his yards. I'm proud of him. Like the fact that we got something positive going. But like you said, you got to feed 25, man. In a
You gotta,
game like that, 25 and 84.
yeah, you gotta feed 25 to help up, to help pass, to help set up the vertical game, which we still don't have. We do not have consistent vertical game on offense, man. We got hit or miss and whatever case. We're not using. I don't know what happened to John Smith. He might be. Somebody said he might be in the doghouse or something, because he's not getting
That
no
was
touch.
Swift that said that.
He's not getting the touches like he was in the previous week. So we don't know what that is. I mean, we got too many pieces on offense to be this inept in a vertical passing game. And that's I'm packing on the scoop or whatever. But hey, man, all said and done, hell of a win, much needed win. The eighth loss. So hey, man, we can go ahead and
Yeah.
held our heads up high for tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't want us crying over spoiled milk, man. It was a tough, nasty loss out. I mean, not the loss, but a nasty weather out there. And I mean, we got it out. It's a tough league, man. This is the NFL, man. So hey, look, wherever we got it done, we got it done. We lead the division. Let's make this a party line. Don't make this the benediction right now. Let's relegation in the win, and let's somebody pull up a nice drink and celebration or something.
Oh, I'm gonna pull up, but I'm gonna be
I
honest.
got that right here.
No, I ain't saying don't be honest, but I don't want to harp on the
Well, no,
negatives in
we
the
not
game.
going. But here's the thing, though. The only thing we celebrating that win. But let's keep it real. It's depressing to see our offense with that many weapons not be able to execute. And the one thing I got to give Scoops, he was honest about, and he said this in the preseason. And I got to swallow some rocks right now, but it's okay. When you get this offense rolling and you put Kyle Pitts in a position to do his things today, you apparently see against a defense like that, Pitts is gonna shine. He just did. And I just got to give it to you. The Jets is one of the best defenses in the league right now, ranked number 12. And for the targets that we had today, Pitts was the guy who was eating. However, we gotta run the ball a little bit more. And we gotta when we get a chance to score points, we gotta score points. We cannot leave points on the field. I'll be honest, we left about 21 points on the field. I love the defense, but I want the offense to come along. I want the offense to shine. It's not that I'm turning this into the benediction. No, I love the fact that we got that. But we need this offense to come through, because we're gonna have a game where that defense is gonna be at a standstill. Here's the thing: if we get to go to the playoffs right now, we get Dallas at home. We got to be able to score points.
I understand that, but we acting like we don't know that our offense is come lately, come go. It's so wishy-washy. One week is here, one week it disappeared. I'm just happy that we got a win and it disappeared. The defense stepped up. The money that we invested in the defense paid off. I want to highlight that. I understand that next week they'll play like world beaters and we'll beat the crap out of them.
That's what I was getting ready to ask you. My next question, because we're gonna let Scoop and we're gonna let Coach Cam and William jump in on this one. So,
okay,
with the way that the defense played in bad weather, now that you're getting ready to play the Bucks, and we playing them at home, and it's gonna be in a controlled climate now. Do you think this offense with the home advantage, because it seems like Ritter plays better at home than he does on the road?
Agreed.
Do you think we're gonna be world beaters next week? That's my question.
So I'm assuming this question is directed towards me.
Yes, it is.
Hey, good afternoon, fellas. The BirdCage Nation. I don't like the term world beaters, because we'll never be in that position as world beaters this year. But I want to piggyback on K-Dub by saying something positive. This game is an indication of playoff football. Now, I'm not saying that the Jets are a playoff team, but let's just think about this. When it gets to December and January, that's really the field conditions that you really are going to experience.
Right.
So I said it in the chat too, like when you talk about playoff football in those weather conditions, you got to have two things. You got to have trenches and you got to have defense, and also being able to run the ball, of course. Like we didn't run the ball successfully, like I thought we were, like last week. But
Mm-hmm.
our team is built to run the ball.
Right.
So I think that Arthur Smith, it's that smart guy ego thing that he got going on where he feel like, well, shoot, the weather conditions is bad. Of course, the Jets gonna be expecting us to run the ball. The Jets are not as good against the run as they are against the pass. So they expecting it. So we're gonna go out here and we're gonna pass the ball. They're trying to be smarter than the fifth grader type mentality. Well, it kind
Yeah.
of backfired on them.
He flunked.
And also,
Yeah.
just like I said in the chat, the field position. Thank God that Mike Hughes was inactive today, and we had D Alpha back there because who knows what would have happened with some of them punts. The punter earned his check on both sides today because they were punting their butt off today.
Oh, you ain't lying. We had 8 of them.
Most definitely.
But that I'm saying, and all that to say this, that this is the type of game that you got to go ahead and pull off a win, and these are the type of conditions that you have to deal with when it's playoff football. And we just pulled it off today.
Agreed.
So Coach
Exactly.
Cam. Actually, I'm gonna let my man William get on this because he's been waiting for a minute. I'm gonna let you cook after. So William, how do you feel about today's win, man?
Hold on real quick. Hold on.
You muted yourself. So Cam, while he's fixing his sound or whatnot, go ahead. What do you think about today's win?
Unmute.
Unmute, Cam.
Oh, my bad. Let me say this. Let me answer Octavius' question. What am I going to say about the government mute today? The boy Pitt showed himself, and he showed what he could be in this offense when he's given the opportunity to showcase his skills. Outside of the one drop, and even with the drop, it was a little out of his reach.
Could have been
But the
better.
fact that he consistently beat whoever they put in front of him shows how great he can be once he's standing up. Jonathan Vilman said it best. When he's standing and he's in a 2-point, he's unguardable. Once he learns how to become that type of player from the 3-point stance, it's going to be a huge reward for this offense because now he'll be able to pick his spots and where the defense is going to have to key in on him because they're not going to know if he's going to block, if he's going to go off for a pass, if he's going to go deep, whatever the case is. And I agree with K Dub. We should be, praising the win. But here's the thing: as fans and people who have spent money on merchandise and all that, we have the ability to be a little, harsh on the team. And when you have a scat back like Bijan Robinson, where you're trying to force him into a game plan that does not fit him, into weather conditions that doesn't fit his style of play, you have every right to look at your OC and your head coach and say, "What the hell is going on?" Because Tyler Algier is more so built for this type of game. He's built for the hard, gritty yards, the 4, 5, 6 yards of carry, and CP just runs angry. So once you beat down the defensive line, then that's when you allow Bijan to utilize his skills as a scat back, as a receiver, and then that's when you get the big plays. But he's not the type of guy that you want to have running, between the tackles. He's just not that. He's not built that way. Um, and again, still in the line from one of our viewers, the Falcons' offense is inconsistently consistent because one week it looks great, and then the next it's like you're scratching your head at like what's really going on here. So, and another thing what Scoop is saying, like yes, that's playoff football, but again, like this this offense is not built to play that type of game for 60 minutes. We're not built for the drag out, fights, that comes with playoff football. The defense is there, but the offense has to be complementary to the defense. And the
Right.
defense carried the game. They've carried this team for the last 2.5 weeks. no
Yeah.
touchdowns given up, and strictly field goals. That's going to win you a lot of football games, but the offense has to be complementary to that. And Arthur Smith is not helping the side of the ball that we, hired him to do. He's not doing it, and now it's becoming a liability, and teams are starting to understand that.
Hey, so I'm gonna say this, Cam. Like I agree with you on a certain context, but I would say this: I think that our team is built for playoff conditions. I don't think our team is built to come back from like a 14 or a 21 point situation. I
Yeah,
think that's the biggest difference. For these ugly games, I think our team is built perfectly for it. But for us to try to come back down 14 points or something like that, I don't think we can.
hmm
Now, now
I mean,
here's the other thing that's gonna hurt us right now, and I'm gonna let William jump in this. AJ Terrell, you know what I'm saying, got a little banged up, and then you got Nate Landon who got banged up. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, yeah, it was Nate Landon that got banged up.
hmm
And those are guys that you need on this defense. I like Clark Phillips III. He's a young guy, got a lot of vigor in him, got a lot of salt. As the old people say, he got a lot of piss and vinegar in his veins right now. It's just what it is. But at the same time, you got to have that experience going into next week, going into a game against a Mike Evans or a Chris Godwin, because AJ and Clark, I'm sorry, AJ and Jeff Okuda have played against these guys multiple times. And then when you talk about the learning curve for a cornerback in the NFL, this young man has got the potential to be one of the best. You saw that today, and I don't take that lightly when I say that, and I'm not overreacting. I'm looking at the fundamentals, the intangibles, and his hunger to go get it. It's something you can't hide. When a guy want to go get it, he gonna go get it. Period. And that is a young man who definitely is fighting, just like DeMarco Helms. Those two, they're gonna be cornerstones of this franchise on this defense, and I can
definitely.
tell you that now. But we've got to hope that AJ's good and Land Rover's good, because those are two key pieces that are going to be vital for the next 5 games that we have. And you're talking about, we got division games coming up now. We win this division, we got a home playoff game week 1. And 9 times out of 10, we're gonna see the Dallas Cowboys out of all teams.
Bring
But
it
you got
on,
to have
man.
all your pieces ready to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And I want
And
that smoke.
Or Minnesota.
yeah,
We got one of the
yeah, I
two
do
now.
too. Because here's the thing, it'd be nice to put a foot in Dan Quinn, in between Dan Quinn's hip pockets with his defense that he's got. Be
Yeah,
nice.
Not just that. Outside of Philadelphia fans, the Dallas fans are probably some of the most annoying fans I ever met in my life.
oh, hands
Oh
Yeah,
my
down. It's not
life.
even close. It's
You
not even
ain't
close.
lying. They talking about the Falcons. Y'all a sorry team, but I said, but y'all got a quarterback who can win you games when the game count. So I don't care about that until Dallas beat these 40. Like they can't play against teams like Philly and 49ers. So they know they can't talk. But anyway, I ain't gonna be there long, fellas, man. Overall, man, y'all already know the defense played out good, man. It's kind of scary what Nate Lemon had got out with that knee injury, which he gave me a little one of them little moments. But I'm really disappointed, man. I feel like moving forward, they need to go ahead and let Dave Ragoon go from his dude agility's offense coordinator. He's have to go. I mean, that has to be a big decision this offseason, bro. Like, but anyway, we got to be consistent on offense. We have to be consistent, man, because like if you don't compliment the defense doing, then you already know we ain't gonna win games like that. This team is not built for like playing like coming back for 14 or 7 point lead. Like I said, there's a lot of work going on. We inconsistent right now. So, but overall, I'm kind of like the players got to step up and make these plays too. Cause really, I even though he ain't did good, but I feel like Kyle Pitts should have capitalized. This should have just when the plays were presented, they should have capitalized on them.
Mm. I mean, that's a way. I mean, that's a good way to look at it. But at the end of the day, you have to keep it real with this one, bro. This situation with the Falcons now, we're in a position to where we really can make something happen when it comes down to being able to have an upset, because anything is just like I'm gonna say it like this: getting into the playoffs in the NFL is very similar to March Madness in the NCAA.
Anything can
Only thing
happen.
you got to do is get in. Because here's the thing: it
Uh,
doesn't matter what your record is. You throw that out of the window. It's who shows up that day. And the last team to win as a Cinderella team was the New York Giants, and they went 9-7.
Both
And they were
times.
inconsistent as hell on offense, and they won the Super Bowl. Another team who first did it was the Pittsburgh Steelers back in the day. They were the first wild card team to do it, and that was when they had their steel curtain. So when you look at it, there are teams that have done it. In this situation, we could do it too. Right now, we're still trying to figure this offensive identity out. We still
Ari-
are.
Arizona went 8-8 and was like an inch from a Super Bowl victory against the Pittsburgh Steelers. An inch. If it wasn't for Santana Holmes and immaculate catch at the last second.
Right, right.
Don't remind me about that. I
Y'all.
lost money
That's
off
probably
that
my
game.
screen y'all fast.
I was watching that in the field, man. I was like, oh my goodness.
What'd you say, William?
I don't know. I think he said he was stepping off. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you probably.
And this whether they pulled it off, what more could you expect from them in what conditions? More 25 and more 84.
Thank
So
you.
let's not make it
Converting
excuses.
turnovers into
Yeah.
converting turnovers into points.
You had 3
I'm-
turnovers and positive yardage, bro. So let's not say, oh, what more can we expect? We expect points. We expect the offense to do what we built this offense to be. And that's a running identity, and we could not run the ball. Desmond Ridder should not have had to throw the ball as much as he did today.
Yeah,
Plain and
like,
simple. Plain
like-
and simple.
extend drive. Let rest that defense that pretty much been on the field good 70 or 80% of the football game. I mean, because they were getting winded, but they still stand strong, man, and they delivered. So how about extending a drive or two and let them catch their breath at least?
Hey, Calais, hey, I got it's something. I don't know if you guys saw it. I can't do it. I wonder if you saw this. Did you see Calais Campbell when we got off the field with that 3 and out? He just looked. He was running on the field. He just looked at the offense. I think he was looking at Ridder. He just smiled at him. He said, "Hey, I can't even get a swig of water." Like, it was funny how he said it, but then he patted him on his head and said, "We got you."
But see, it ain't even Ridder's fault because I mean, Austin Smith got to call these plays, man, and get them folks a good drive, man. Like,
That's what we saying.
I am shocked that the Jets out yardage us. Their offense was better than ours today. Luckily, we went against Broyle.
And Trevor Siemian.
And Trevor Siemian. So, you know, if anything, the offense, it got to keep rolling. Like, he just really got to identify this identity and just stick with it. Because right now, it's always this cat and mouse game that he's playing. And the sad part is he playing it against himself. Because the other side, we know what you finna do. You finna do something stupid.
And I got one for you though. When you talk about that part right there, they've got to also scheme it to where Ridder can run. Ridder has legs. We saw 1 or 2 today, but here's the thing: when you're in the red zone, that is another viable option with those legs. The only thing is he can't hold on to the ball like a loaf of bread like he did in Tampa. That's the only thing.
I mean, he did a lot better holding on to the football last game. I mean, he's been working. So I'm not trying to turn this into harp on the offense. That we got a helter-skelter offense. Everyone knows that. It's just one of them games they played terrible. They played terrible. Next week they'll play great. And you know, like I said, we still won the game with them playing terrible. Let's make this a party line.
It is a party line, but like I said, I'm gonna be Will.
I ain't heard them as party. I ain't heard them as party.
But K-Dub, here's the thing though. We always talk about mediocrity and calling out mediocrity. The offense played like mediocrity today. Whether it's the party line or not, they played like garbage. It is what it is, even though we got the dub.
Call it for what it is.
I call it for what it is.
No, not that. I'm talking about the fact that you've always said this, and I've agreed with you on this. Ridder forgot he had legs and feet today.
He should have ran more. He should have ran more out of the pocket.
And here's the thing. If Ridder runs, that opens up so much more for the offense, and that sustains drives. And that's something that we'd like to see a little bit more of because he's got so much ability and so much capability to be a great quarterback.
I mean,
we talk about this every week that he needs to use his legs more and more and more. They need to have more designed quarterback runs. instead of
And
him even have to do that.
that comes from having a Mike Bobo type of damn offensive coordinator who couldn't scheme his way out of a paper bag, a wet paper bag at that. But
I
Now,
mean, I
now there's
mean,
one thing. There's one thing that we can all agree on, and this is something that me and school were talking about during the game. The wide receiver coach, he got to go.
oh
Today.
man,
Yeah, I agree
He
with
better not
y'all. We
even.
need we
He
need a
better
better
not
we need a
even
better
get
wide
on.
receiver coach.
He better not even
and a
get on the
quarterback
plane
coach.
leaving New York. He better
yep,
get a taxi back to Atlanta to get his stuff in a box. It better be prepared for him at the front door. He's not even allowed in the building. Your stuff is on a box at the door. Get it
Giving
and
well,
go.
giving
well,
that spared special.
let's start a petition. Let's go ahead and start a petition for Terrence Mathis to come into the building, please. Let's
Who is
do
our
it.
wide receiver coach?
Terrence Mathis, Roddy White, anybody but who. Why do we have a
Somebody.
quarterback as a wide receiver coach? This is
Oh,
something I've been
T.J. Yates.
asking
Oh
y'all
my God,
since
yeah, I
week.
forgot.
I've been asking y'all this since week one. Since week one, why do we have a quarterback as a wide receivers coach? Anybody give me an answer? Anybody?
Arthur
Look,
Smith.
I'm
Arthur
a,
Smith
I'm a,
doesn't want any resistance. He wants things coached the way he wants them coached. That's all.
Hey, I'm
Ego.
gonna help. I'm gonna help you out, Kato. 'Cause I can't say a whole lot about the offense. I'm gonna try to keep it on that positive level that you're trying to portray. I'm gonna get that positive energy, Kato.
I'm just
So
trying to figure
look,
out what
you
part there. Cause if I would
look,
came to this point,
look,
I want my ass right back out the door.
look,
If I
look.
came to
Shout
this
out,
point.
shout out to my boy Top Gun. Shout out to Jesse Bates the third. I heard,
Thank you,
uh, I
babe.
heard, I heard Ryan talk about CP3. CP3 did, regardless of the flags. CP3 had a hell of a game today.
Yep.
Um, Bud Dupree showed up today. He was in the backfield a lot today. I give it up to him. Arnold
So cool.
Ebiketie did his thing today.
Six
He
point
need
five
more
sacks.
snaps. He need more snaps. Um, it don't show up on the stat line, but David Ayamata was whooping some butt today too.
Oh yeah, he
There we
was.
go.
Um,
Don't forget about Zoe Carter.
Zoe Carter was balling today too. Yes.
Bud Dupree.
I think
I
Zoe.
already said
Richie
Bud
Grant,
Dupree
Richie
great
Grant with
big.
the
Oh
Richie
my
Grant
Hey,
with
bad.
the
hold on.
fumble
I
with the
think. Hey,
Richie
fumble.
listen. I
Grant,
think Zoe
Richie
hot
Grant
about
got
to
a
have
fum,
his
He showed
a
that.
sack
He
fumble.
showed
Richie,
that.
Richie,
He came
Um,
out the
Richie,
dog. He came out
Richie.
the doghouse today. See what I'm saying? Now we
uh,
at
I'm
the
trying.
now we
I'm
at the
trying to
party.
find. I'm trying to find somebody else.
The
I'm
punter,
trying to find
Kenny.
somebody else that I can talk good about.
The punter, young
Um,
way cool.
Ellis. You got to talk
of
about
course,
Kenny
of
Ellis is
course.
knocking your head off.
Who? Who? Kay
Coach gonna
Nellis.
be the MVP for our team this year. Period.
Right. Man, I can't think of nobody else, Kato. I'm sorry.
You got
I'm
Ellis.
trying.
You
Hey,
got
look, hey,
Kenny
look.
Ellis, and
Hey,
you got
I take it. I
don't
take
forget
it.
Nate
I
Lemon
take
before
it.
the injury. Don't forget Nate Lemon before the injury.
I give you one
Dude, he
more.
held it down. He held it
Hey,
Yeah,
down.
he was knocking folks out before he hurt his leg.
hey,
Mm-hmm.
K Dub, I give you one more, and he gonna
Okay.
come from he gonna come out the woodwork. Arthur Smith for winning all of his challenges. How about that?
There you go. Hey, look.
How about that?
I take it. I will take it and
He
run with
he
it.
gave us he gave us a bonus challenge for the first time in like 3 years.
Now look, I'm
Hey,
gonna
look.
also
I don't know
remind
who this is.
everybody
I
too.
don't know who this is as a Facebook user, but yeah,
That's
AK
Prince.
is breaking out. I think our guys are slowly
All
developing the
right.
guys that we took last year.
That's
Look,
Prince Shaka.
I'm also point out this. The Eagles are currently 10-1. That one loss came from this same Jets team.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
you know, yeah,
They
can
should
did.
have lost like about 5 or 6 games this year.
Hey,
But you know the Vegas money line always wins out, unfortunately.
he be hurting them.
All right, hey,
Call it
fellas,
that. He be hurting them.
question. Do we extend our DC
Yeah,
Oh
now,
yeah.
Of
Oh yeah.
course.
yeah,
or do you try to
yeah.
do it in the off season to try to save some cash
Hey,
to
hey,
add
Cam.
pieces on the O line?
Ryan Nielsen can stay as long as he want. David Ayamata can stay as long as he want.
Our,
Jesse
D,
Bates can stay as long as he want.
our DB coach can stay as long as he wants.
Hey, I would give a lifetime contract to those three.
Hey, this is just what it's gonna be. Go ahead and bring them a bowl of lemon pepper wings and lemon pepper shrimp, some liquor, and just go ahead. Y'all got your own VIP section over in the cut. Everybody else, y'all just coming in partying. They the VIPs of the cut.
Hey
All right,
man,
okay.
very,
Well,
free
I'm gonna be. I'm
Wait a
very
minute,
interested.
free
Bankhead has
vouchers,
his own section.
free vouchers to Candyland and Magic City
Hey,
Strokers,
every Sunday
Strokers,
and Monday.
coaches.
wait a minute. Hey,
the
wait a
Blue
minute. We gotta
Flame.
make
I'm
Bankhead
interested to
Bankhead out.
see. I'm interested to see who Bakehead Bakes brings in the offseason, who he bring, you know what I'm saying,
Mm,
brings onto this defense because he's going to
Ooh.
be a great
mm.
speaking and talking point to network and bring in some great help to that defense. You know, when we have a lot more money in this offseason, man.
Can we
But
please
you got to
bring in
think
a
about it.
I
Like
quarterback?
got one
AJ
for you.
AJ
You asked a
Terrell
question.
motivated that move. AJ Terrell, I think, has the same agent as Justin.
No, I understand that. I understand they brought him here, but now they got Jesse to go along with the welcoming party. They can go out and go recruit more guys to come bring along with this defense.
I
Yeah,
That's what
got
I'm
one for
interested
you.
in.
him and
I
Calais.
got one for you, K Dub. And right now he having problems in Cincinnati, and he a monster. T. Higgins.
Ooh,
Hey,
T.
we'll
Higgins
take
is
it.
tight work. T. Higgins is tight work with Jesse Bates. They good friends. I just say this. Coach Brand actually knows T. Higgins because he's a Tennessee boy. He went to school with his mom and stuff like that back in the day. He said his mom was a serious hooper back in the day. That's where he get
Okay.
that height and he can just jump. But T could have played both sports. But T. Higgins is a guy that definitely wants out of Cincinnati and he wants a new start. You bring him to Atlanta with a Drake London. Okay. That's all I'm
no,
gonna say.
Problems.
no
You
more
bring him to
excuses.
Atlanta with a Drake
No
London.
more,
Okay.
no,
Problems.
no more
No problem.
excuses. No more excuses. But can
So,
we
so,
Exactly.
please?
so, no,
Can
no,
we?
no, 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 no. As long as this scheme is the way it is. Did y'all see that screenshot that I sent y'all?
Oh yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
I don't care if you brought Prime, T.O., Randy Moss, and Jerry Rice on this team. With the scheme that we running, it's not gonna work. You got to start with the
Well,
coaching staff, man. You got to
I was
start with the
really
coaching staff and the play
Yes,
scheme.
I was
but
really referring to Jesse Bates bringing on help to add to the defense. But I mean, T. Higgins would be great too on the offense. But I was really saying another
because
piece to add to the defense.
I give you a name,
you treat him
Kato.
like a
Trey
number two.
Hendrickson. That he's from Cincinnati too, but he also played in New Orleans. Hendrickson.
Yep.
I would give you that name right there.
Okay,
That's
Daniel
a
I
real
like
Hunter.
good
that.
name. I ain't gonna even sit
Daniel
there and lie.
Hunter in the free agency.
Can we
Who?
please bring in a quarterback
Daniel Hunter.
coach? Yeah.
Please bring in the quarterback coach.
Can we please? Can we please bring
He
in a
need
quarterback coach?
Arthur Smith need to
Please,
revamp his whole staff. His whole staff need to be
Pretty
revamped.
much. Pretty much.
please.
Pretty
Just
much.
don't touch you leave the defense alone. You leave the defense alone.
Well,
You revamp your
well,
offense.
well, yeah, well, with his offensive staff. There you go. Not the defensive staff, but the
Yeah,
offensive staff.
because here's the thing: we need a new O line coach. We need a new running back coach. We need a new wide receiver coach. We need a quarterback coach to help Ritter get over the hump or whatnot of being
And
developed or whatnot.
we need an assistant coach to help get them Arthur Smith get it right.
All right.
Yeah, he
Mm. Arthur
he needs
Smith,
somebody.
Arthur,
He needs somebody standing next to him. Like, coach, now you know damn well you ain't supposed to call that play. Stop overthinking the call it. He need
hey,
that guy.
That would be the perfect spot for Ryan.
You
That'd be
ain't
the perfect
lying.
spot for Ryan.
I'm gonna tell you
Look,
right now.
that's a new get back coach right there. Now,
I'm gonna tell
Arthur,
you.
get back, get back.
Look, hold on.
Get
If
back,
I'm a
get back,
get
get
back,
back.
hey, if I'm a get back coach, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be monitoring the play clock. I'm gonna be monitoring the situation. Hey, Arthur, you ain't
Yeah,
calling it. I need you to
yeah.
think about this. Look at what we
He
got
need
out here.
that. Hey, look,
Hey,
all this money his dad worth. Hell, he can goddamn pay for that shit on the side. Look, that's
hey,
what your job
hey,
is.
I'll
Make
take that
sure
job.
to pay for me to not overthink it. Hey,
Hey,
look,
if he give me that job or whatnot, I need a goon squad to go with me because guess what? I'm gonna put some hands on him at least once or twice, and I'm gonna need some folks to keep
Hey
my
man,
back clean.
you can't be saying that in the pre-interview process.
Yeah,
Hey
then
man,
that mean you need a get back coach for you.
I'm trying to tell you, a
hey
get
man,
back
well,
coach for the
hey,
get
hold
back
on.
coach.
You got that. Wait a minute.
but he
You got to have. Hey, you got to have somebody to control the police. How they said, who gonna police the police?
Hey, I'm gonna throw this name out here, and I'm welcoming him back to Atlanta.
Oh,
Coach Sark in Texas. He can come on back to
Oh,
Atlanta.
he ain't
fuck, you
leaving.
oh,
ain't
he
even
ain't
gonna
leaving
leave
till he ain't
Texas,
Oh,
leaving
he ain't
bro.
Texas.
leaving. That's
Leaving
Hey
correct.
Texas.
You ain't
man,
leaving
I'm
Texas.
letting you know. Put that little carrot out there. Put some money out there. Hey, come on back, man.
He
here's the
ain't leaving.
thing.
He ain't
For
leaving. Not
number
a
one,
rap.
Sarkeesian ain't
I
leaving
wouldn't
Texas.
leave. I wouldn't leave.
Especially
Think
they
about
just
it, he
got to the
making more
playoffs.
money. He making more money hand over fist at University of Texas. And now that them jokers ain't got into the playoffs now,
Oh
man,
no,
please, that joke ain't going nowhere. He king of the hill right now.
Don't let him win. Don't let him win.
oh, it's over
I'm
if
gonna
he
be
wins.
honest with you. I either want Texas or Michigan to win it. Beat down Alabama because Florida State got hosed.
Yes, they
Period.
did.
But if we do bring in the guy from Florida State, and I'm mentioning this because we're talking about defensive presence, if we can't get a free agent, go get Jared Verse. Go
Whew,
get it. Go get it.
please,
That is a
please,
guy that will bring heat on the defense.
can we get him?
I'm
Can we
telling you.
get him?
And another guy, if he drops in the draft, have him as a backup right now. But hey, you keep pressure on your starting quarterback, go get Jordan Travis.
Mm-hmm.
That ankle gonna heal. Go get Jordan Travis. I want Ritter here, but here's the thing: we need a quarterback competition because iron sharpens iron. And if you got competition, it's gonna make you better.
I like
And that's
Jordan Travis, but
that's just me.
I feel like a good quarterback would drop us in the third, fourth round. I'm gonna stick to it.
And
We
here's
don't
the
need
thing:
no.
Travis
We
is gonna
don't no
probably
more
end up
third.
dropping to
No
the
more
third.
third
Well,
round
that's why I'm
quarterback.
saying it. Travis will
Mm-hmm.
be there.
No more third round
What I'm
quarterback.
saying, what I'm saying, Cam, you have to listen to me out. This draft is going to be very deep with quarterbacks. It's going to be a good quality quarterback will probably be in the second round, or maybe even late first. It's going to fall. I don't know which quarterback that's going to be once they get through doing the combine and all the evaluations. But I guarantee if
I
we go
need
back,
y'all to look at these top teams in the NFC. We don't need no first round quarterback.
that's what
Nope,
I'm trying to get
exactly.
at. That's what I'm
That's
trying
why
to
we
get at.
and that's why we were saying we already know Jordan Travis is gonna drop. It's just like buying a car off the lot. You're gonna have a brand new car and you're gonna have a used car. When he dislocated his ankle and messed himself up like that, he's considered now a used car. You know what I'm saying? And he's been injured at Florida State before. So he's somewhat of damaged goods right now. But
So,
what's gonna end up happening is I believe that he's gonna go to a system that's gonna literally put him in a spot to where he's gonna make plays. And the type of offense we run, and he likes to run, that is a guy that you go get, and he's pinpoint accurate deep. But I want Desmond Ritter to get a little bit better, because he's the guy. I want him to be good, but at the same time, I want him to be pushed to be great. I don't want him just to be a mediocre quarterback. I want a great quarterback in this franchise. And even if it comes from having to have somebody to push him to be great, that's what I like to see. And there's nothing negative because think about it. We get people that's gonna compete, our pretty much it's gonna make our team a lot better offensively. And that's what I want to see, the positive out of it.
I know. We're not big on technical players. At least I'm not really. But they got a left guard I wouldn't mind in the Falcon uniform because he
Right.
surely did. He
Yeah.
surely did
Right.
show his behind yesterday.
Hey,
Good
look, guess
God.
who it might be? It might end up being Bo Nix.
I'm gonna
Nah, I
give you
hope
a
not.
guy.
Please
No.
I'm
But
don't.
gonna give you a guy who plays
but
for Texas. And I know you saw a gray beard. I'm gonna
Huh?
give you a guy who plays for Texas that could be very beneficial to this defensive line. Now because like I said, Grady's got it. Grady's gonna get healthy and everything. Number 93, defensive lineman out of Texas.
Is he a sophomore
6'3",
or a junior?
junior. He gonna leave after this year.
Oh yeah.
He's a potential first round
Okay.
pick.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
whole Texas defense got a bunch of first rounders. No lie.
what about Dallas Turner for Bama?
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's who
Good. Good.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
identified who
But
we
here's the
need to
thing, we ain't gonna
go
be
to.
high enough to get him, so I ain't even thinking about it.
You don't know
So
how
you
this
say
game
we don't
play out. It's a
know?
lot of talent out there. You don't
Yeah,
know
we
how the
don't know.
draft gonna
If you
fall.
mention Jared Verse, one of them two gonna be up there in the top 10.
Top
But
10.
they ain't no promise that both of them gonna be up there in the top 10.
Yeah.
Because you may
Now
like
here's
Dallas
the
Turner,
thing,
but he may not test well. See, you don't know how it's gonna go.
Man, that's
because
what
You
Bama
Dallas
understand?
Turner.
did.
Here's the thing, they neutralized Georgia neutralized Dallas Turner last night. They
Not
did.
really.
Now, now the guy that I liked on that Alabama defense was that boy number 41, the other outside guy. As much as it pained me to watch him literally blow up run plays and he was making stuff happen, I think that kid number 41 for Alabama is a bad man. And I can't stand Bama just like I can't stand Florida or the Saints.
Uh,
Okay.
You know
But
who my favorite player is for Alabama right now? He from Atlanta and he a freshman. Caleb
ain't
Downs.
Yeah,
Oh
he
man,
yeah he playing
he
like
showed up.
That's
he
a
Boy,
playing
he
bad
like
showed
boy.
that.
up. He
That's a
showed up.
bad boy.
I'm trying to tell you.
yeah. We did
Hey,
try to recruit him, but he wanted to go to the Tide, so
but
we went after him.
there's an outside linebacker for Iowa. I think his last name is Tillman.
Yeah, I
If
Yep.
watched
if
him.
we
Yeah,
look at
I
if we
like that
look at
edge.
him,
I like the
if
edge
we
out of
go that way,
UCLA, Nathan.
Uh,
Now I'm gonna
man.
give you now I'm gonna give you a guy that we should go after. Yeah, it's a bit of a homer pick, but I don't give a damn. Go get Cedric Vaughn Prime Ranger because we need a center.
Oh yeah,
We need a center.
if he's on the board, you don't look back. You don't even look back. You need a
Either
center so
him
bad.
or the kid
No,
from Iowa. It's a kid that's in Iowa right now. That's a bad man at that center spot. Cam, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes,
Even
sir.
though, even though they didn't, even though his team didn't do
Van
well last
Pran
night,
is
I
rated
know
a
who you're
little bit
talking
higher
about.
than him though. But I just think Van Pran is rated higher than him. I mean, I'll either have either one, but I will take Van Pran.
But one thing about
Artavius,
Iowa,
I
one
can't. Artavius, I can't give an F bomb to Jermaine Burton because here's the thing: as much as I was pissed off about it, about yesterday, what he did after the game, I'll say this: I met him in person before, liked the kid. Nice, he's really a nice dude. It's just a lot of stuff that was said about him by the Georgia media because he left UGA and they were pissed about it. So some of the stuff they wrote about him is not there. He got a bit of a chip on his shoulder. He plays with a chip on his shoulder. That is the type of guy that you would want to come to Atlanta. I can't, and he's a local kid, so I can't sit there and cuss him like that. You know, he took a picture with me, so I can't even be mad with dude. Dude was nice when I met him, so I'm not gonna trash him like that. But you know, I think it was more so towards the ignorant Georgia fans who trashed him when he left.
Uh-huh.
That was what that was for.
oh
So I
yeah.
can't trash the kid like
Yeah,
Well,
just
that.
like just
Another
like
guy
just
you
like
can
it's
look
gonna
at
be
is Chop.
guys, just like it's gonna be guys that transfer out after this loss and feel some type of way because Kirby was being a typical Kirby and playing the guys that he favorites, and these guys were limping around. Even though I love me some Laddie and I love some Brock Bowers, you can't go with those guys. You got perfectly healthy guys sitting on the bench and not
Right.
using them.
Arian Smith
Right.
is one.
So those
I
guys,
got
you
one
don't
for
know.
you.
It's gonna be some guys that secretly ready to leave. They're gonna transfer that we don't even know about, and then the fan base is gonna trash those guys. You can't trash those guys, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. It's called a transfer portal for a reason. We'll go get some other guys from other schools and lace them up, and here we go.
You mean the college version of free agency?
Now,
Got it.
Yeah,
now a guy that I would look at is
I mean that's what
Chop.
it is. I mean that's what it is.
When Nathan brought this up in the chat section, we talked about Chop from Penn State. Chop is a bad boy. I
Mm.
bring him in. If we since we like to go after Penn State and go after all these other schools, Chop is a guy I would look at. But so Prince, so that's Prince that asked that question. No, so he shoved the lady. He didn't punch the lady. He shoved the lady because she spit on him. If you look at the whole
Can't
video, she
violate
spit on
like
him.
that. Can't
Yeah,
violate like that.
I don't agree with any man putting his hands on a woman. But you spit on somebody. Now he didn't hit her like he could have. He just shoved her. My thing is this: he had all rights to shove her. You're coming on the field storming. Somebody spits on you and says something to you. You got all rights to shove her. I'm
You,
sorry.
you talk about last year?
Yep, that was what he
Oh,
brought up. He said, didn't he spit? Didn't he push somebody up? He shoved that lady for spitting on him. Two things: you keep your feet on the ground and you don't spit on nobody.
can't violate like that.
No, sir. But
But
getting back to the Falcons or whatnot, it's a lot like K Dub was saying, it's a ton of talent out here that really could really be something serious, man.
Mhm.
And it's everybody was talking about UCLA. There's a free safety that plays at University of Kansas right now.
Mhm.
And when I tell you he's got DeMarco Hellum's vibes, violent at the point of attack, is and always around the ball and got good hands. Here's my thing. We got Jesse Bates for 3 years, right? We don't know how long he's gonna stay around. You can never have enough defensive backs and enough safeties. You bring this guy in, you got somebody that can sit behind DeMarco Hellams and you pretty much feed him in because eventually they're gonna get rid of Richie Grant. I know Richie made some plays today, Got to give him his props. But hey,
Richie.
but he got to get, but Holmes got to go. I'm sorry, got to
Look,
go,
look
got to go.
at look at how
And
Dallas uses Marquise Bell. Marquise Bell was possibly one of the top 5 safeties in college football. Now
no, he
they're
was
using him in
he was
multiple
the number
ways.
one safety coming out
Okay,
of. He was the number one safety when he came out.
got it. So now, if you look at it, he can bounce around the corner because he's playing at the corner. He's playing outside linebacker right now, and he's also played at safety. So when you're able to find guys that you can fit into your defense, and Ryan Nelson is very good at that. Because if you look at it, at one point he was playing 4 safeties in New Orleans. He had
Yep.
4 safeties on the field. So if you can find multiple guys that can play different roles, that helps our team because guess what? You don't put so much pressure on your linebackers. You don't put too much pressure on the back end. You can flip those guys out and keep those guys healthy, so they don't have to play 20 to 40 snaps a game. They can play 15 to 20, 25. So it's all about having diversity and quality, not quantity, because you can just get a whole bunch of people to play the position, but if they don't fit, it's no point in having them. But the kid from Kansas, he legit. You can pair him with a Jesse Bates or
I'm
even
trying to
a
put.
Marco,
I'm trying to see who
and
you're talking
you
about.
good.
So the thing was, so Scoop would tell you, I sent him the video of that kid. Scoop, you remember I sent you the video of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kid from Kansas that I sent you that video of, man. And that dude there he just got a mean streak in him. You know what I'm saying? Got a mean streak, but he's a smart football player. And to me, I feel like this, he can also play corner as well. So if you bring in guys that can play that, you give Ryan Nielsen, like you said, you turn a 2-car garage into a 4-car garage for Ryan Nielsen.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And you see a lot of that, and that kid is just like he's one of the most dangerous players that's out here. And
Ike,
like I said, I really would like to see Atlanta, if they don't make a move, at least make a move to go look at the guy.
the University of Kansas, Kansas State.
He's at Kansas.
Okay, he in Lawrenceville. Okay.
hmm Yeah, he's in Lawrence, Kansas. Yes, sir. Chalk, how they say it? Chalk
Rock
Hawk or
Hawk,
whatever.
Jayhawk.
Yeah, Chalk
Jayhawk.
Hawk down.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the young man. And now another guy that I'm saying I think we should also look at. It's a kid that plays at Oklahoma State. He's a linebacker. Wears number 4. Athletic as heck. Even though they lost to Texas yesterday, he was all over the field
Oh yeah, he played
and
pretty well
played
yesterday.
and played like it was no tomorrow. That is a guy that you want manning your defense. We talked about adding speed to that linebacker core to make this defense even more potent with that experience they got, and you add speed to that. That defense was gonna be nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got that linebacker for Washington too. I like that we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now I'm
They
gonna tell
got a
you who I
running
would
back
be
that's pretty
afraid
solid
of.
too.
Yeah, that running back, he played great, and he was hurt, played
Hey,
great. So I
We
I'm
ain't
like
gonna
I
on
tell
like
you
to
who
see
no
I
him
more
go
would be
play
running
for
afraid
them.
back.
of.
No more
Long
running
as you
back.
don't
No,
come
we
up
don't
against
need.
Ohio State.
I'm just
I don't.
saying.
I ain't saying don't
I'm
take no
just
running
saying.
back.
I'm just saying he
Oh
gonna
my
get picked
God!
up. He gonna get picked up. I'm not saying we need him.
Unless we try and create another 3-headed monster and we get
No, no,
rid of
no, 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 no,
Cordell.
no, 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 no. We good. We good. We good. We
You
good.
you steady trying to push Cordell out the door, man. Cold.
I'm trying to
Get
tell
your
you.
get your.
You trying to push the whole. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How you gonna push the senior? He ain't a senior citizen yet, man. The
get,
senior citizen on the team is
get.
Calais Campbell. That's the senior citizen right there. 16 years in the game.
Nah, but Washington low key got some good players though.
Washington
Washington
always.
got
I mean,
squad.
Washington always keep them.
So how come freaking McCary, how come McGarity never panned out then?
Well, you got Buster in there, but just think
All
about this,
exception to the
man.
rule. All exception to the rule.
Lincoln Kennedy was a first round draft pick for Washington that we took offensive line.
Yeah,
and he panned out well. And then we ended up trading him off to the Ravens, and they went to a Super Bowl behind him and many AFC Championship games with that guy.
we always do that though.
I'm just saying, you look at some of the guys that we get and we let go, and look what they do elsewhere.
Yeah, prime time. Deion Sanders was one.
I got another one. I got another one for you. You got R.C. Tillman. When you talk about the old school Falcons of the '80s that lost to Dallas, that we had everything rolling, R.C. Tillman went to the Redskins and won the Super Bowl. So
Man,
there's a ton of guys who have left and done well for themselves.
Exactly.
Artavius, I'm gonna hook you up with the kid. I'm gonna hook you up with the information because I actually have the kid. I actually have his video still in my little chatter with now.
You can't free safety, right?
Yeah, he's a free safety.
It get Marvin Grant.
No, it's the other one.
Oh, you talk about OJ Broughtright.
I think that's his name. Yeah.
He a junior.
No, the one I'm talking about is a senior, I think. Because Dusty Dvorak and Danny Cannell talked about him, and they highlighted him and said he's gonna be a top draft pick when it comes to coming out of college, and he's actually gonna be one of the most dangerous safeties in the draft.
You got OJ Broughtright, a junior, and you got another one that's a redshirt senior. Is Marvin Grant.
I think it might have been Broughtright. I gotta look up his name again. I just happened to look up the footage, and I was really blown away with what he can do. Let's just say that. Now, getting ready to wrap this thing up because we've been in for about an hour partying. You know what I'm saying?
Positive vibe.
How do y'all feel about next week's game versus Tampa? And what do you guys expect for this team to excel on next week at home?
Go ahead.
Well, okay. Go ahead, Scoop.
Man, I'm confident when we play a home game. It's the road games that I be nervous about. The home games, and then against the division, we undefeated against the division, so I'm not concerned at all. I think that it'll go right back to the same formula that we had the week before against New Orleans. We just gonna run that three-headed monster, get these open play action plays, and keep it moving.
Yeah. So what do you think gives us the division title? If we win let's see, with 3, if we win the next 2 division games, do we get the title or do we have to win all 3?
All 3.
Win all of them.
I think 5 wins is enough.
Well, here's the thing, because the reason I'm saying that is because we got to go into New Orleans. We know how that's going to be.
I mean, that part right there gonna feel the deal though. If we can go in New Orleans and beat and handle business, we division champ, man. That's the way I feel.
Yeah. But you already know we got 2 things we got to go up against. I ain't making no excuse for it. We know that you got to play 3 things actually. You got to play against that nasty crowd that's there, that literally make it ruckus. Like we made these jokers feel comfortable in Atlanta. I'm just disappointed about it. They were comfortable in the A.
Yeah.
We go to New Orleans, man. You better be ready to fight somebody.
All day.
It's generally how it goes. And then you got the referees that you definitely gotta play physical, but you gotta be smart in that game because those flags are gonna lean more towards going against you than going for you. And then you have to play against an aggressive rival in New Orleans. So not looking too far ahead. We do have an advantage being at home, but we got to make sure next week we get after Baker Mayfield. Got to make him feel uncomfortable. Got to slow down their running game. And somebody's got to neutralize Mike Evans. You're not going to stop him, but you got to neutralize him.
I mean, the best way to neutralize Mike Evans is for the offense to stay and drive and keep that offense off the field. So I think Austin Smith got to stop out coaching himself and just stick to the game plan like Scoop and many others have said, man. Just run the football. Try not to put too much on Ritter's plate and just allow him to utilize his mobility and whatnot to make plays and whatnot. And then, you know what I'm saying, just Tyler Algier has to be the engine for this running game. Yep. I'm not saying bench Bijan because he just went over 1,000 yards. You can't bench nobody like that. But you have to initiate the freaking the offense, the running offense for Tyler Algier. Let them keep hitting that defense with them body shots, and then in the third and fourth quarter, you're gonna see Bijan be able to you can go loop him up and speed to get
Uh-huh.
onto the outside. You do not want to use no stretch plays and whatnot, especially when the edge is so close to the freaking line. I think Ritter missed that call in the game, whatever the case may be. But those things can be fixed. But the key for this game for me is being able to control the clock like we did against New Orleans. If we can control that clock and run the football, we shouldn't really have no issue.
It's
Well, I
it's
mean,
two
like,
it's two things. It's two things that we should really focus on next week. Tempo, because Tampa is short on the defensive line. They have a lot of injuries on that defensive line, and I know they're short staffed, so they need to run a lot of up tempo to keep them boys tired and where they can't get subs in. And secondly, Richie Grant.
Richie.
That's for you, Scoop. That's for you, Scoop. I said something nice about him. I said I would. There you go. I said something nice about the boy.
hey, yeah, he said
There it
something
is.
nice about it. Hey, look, he
There it
made the
is.
play today, baby. He made the play today.
And you
Hey,
know how I
you
feel
can't.
about Richie.
Hey, yeah,
Can't
he made.
stand
Hey,
that
look,
boy.
when he made the play, I was like, "Oh yeah, we got something good to say about
You
you
got the
today,
whole
man."
hold on, look. See, you got the whole. Look, we got the whole off on Richard today. But guess what? We hopefully he continues to make people hold off on him because we already know he gonna give us one next week. We
Oh
already
man,
know.
come on, man. Stop
Yeah,
thinking
man. I
negative,
mean, come on,
man.
man. Stop thinking.
Come
Hey,
on.
that man might have turned the corner. He might actually watch the Birdcage and say, "You know what? I'm tired of them talking bad about me. I'm tired of it."
Hey, I'm hard. Look, you know I'm hard to convince.
He
One
say he
play
go.
don't mean
He say
nothing to
he
me.
gonna
I
get.
need to
He say he
consistent.
gonna get the camera and say, "Yeah, this for the historian."
That's what I want you to do.
Boy, he
Hey,
do
that's
that,
what I
man.
want. Hey, that's what I want you to do. I want you to get right.
Hey man,
Nah, I'm
that's
just.
good old accountability, man. I love it.
Hey,
I love it.
But
I want him to get right because pretty soon he might get left because Young's already taking snaps from him.
And Phillips the
nah,
third too, man.
but no, I mean, I'm gonna piggyback off what Scoop was saying, man. We're gonna be more of an offense next week. I mean, I just feel like we need to get Bijan more on some of the plays we had today, where more he's going more out to the flats and catching passes, and get more of Cordell and uh and Tyler Algier running up between the tackles, man. You got to be able to use the personnel the right correct way. But I feel like he'll get it together, and we'll score points and get past Tampa. We just got to continue to play the lights out defense. Bankhead is basically holding that thing down, the MVP of the defense this season. He'll have them boys ready to go on the back end. Get more plays for the third. Clark put his ass back there with the rest of those guys because I feel like AJ might be in concussion protocol next week the way he hit his head.
More
So
than likely.
we're gonna need a lot from Clark Phillips back there. So, but I think we'll be all right. We're gonna go get a win. We're gonna get a little winning streak going, and it's feel good to be a Falcon fan right now. Let's go.
Hey, my thing is I think we're gonna be good next week at home. We just gotta not make mistakes and we gotta capitalize on those turnovers when the defense gives us the ball and put points on the board. That's something the one thing we've struggled with for the longest, we finally got a defense that can get us the ball or they can make a key stop when we need it. And that's the beautiful thing about this team. They finally invested into something that's paying dividends. Now we just have to cash in on those dividends so we can keep collecting these wins. That's what we need to do. And I think next week, I think Tampa is going to be a team that, throw the record out the window. It's a rivalry game. So we already know that it's going to be hard fought. We already know it's going to come down to the end unless we just jump on them and blow them out early, which I would prefer that more so than a close game. But we know rivalry games ain't gonna be like that. So long as we continue to do that, I think we'll be okay next week. And I'd like to see a little bit more of Cordell Patterson touching the ball. Like with these punt returners we got now, I'm like, look, you might as well sit these young bucks down or these young cats down. Put the veteran back there. Let Cordell Patterson field the ball. Since you're not gonna give it to him on offense, give him more of an opportunity to make a play for you and give you that positive spark because We need that because Avery Williams is not there right now. He's not going to be back until next year, and we don't know what he's going to be like coming back. So guess what? Use the veteran back there as a punt returner. We'll have the least amount of mistakes next week with the veteran because he showed his smarts today. Beautiful, beautiful play. After he fumbled, he saw where it was and batted it out of bounds. Smartest play of the game. To me, everybody's saying the sack. That to me was the play of the game because they recovered that ball. That's a walk-in six because nobody was on that side of the field. So that was one of the best plays. That was to me, I felt like that was the best play of the day. And I know that got overlooked because of the sack and the sack and the fumble with Richie Grant. But to me, I feel like that play right there could have changed the whole game. So
can I say one more thing?
go for it.
Yeah, man. It's not Falcon related. Real quick. Breaking news. Georgia Bulldogs will be playing the Florida State Seminoles in the Capital One Orange Bowl on the 30th. What's your thoughts?
That's no surprise. We knew we were gonna play them 5th and 6th.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We knew we were gonna play them.
It's like a participation trophy, man.
Pretty much.
Half our players are gonna sit out, and half of their players gonna sit out. That's going to the game.
I don't know, man. I think Florida State guys try to prove something. I
want to clear something up too about Bijan Robinson, man. Them scrimmage yards, making it over 1,000 with this offense. I mean, it's gonna be something to see when we actually get a real play call up in here.
You had two.
You're right.
You had two though.
About it. And look at Tyler Algier. He broke William Andrews' record last year
with left carry.
Yeah, but Tyler did the rushing yards. Like Bijan is not just rushing; it's scrimmage yards that he got over 1,000 on, not the rushing yards. He ain't made it over 1,000 in rushing yet.
No.
Shit.
Yeah.
He's on pace too, but we'll see. But I want to thank you guys for coming in and everybody for checking us out with the party line today. It's a little bit better of a mood somewhat today because the Falcons did give the city a dub, but a lot of people still hurting about last night. But we ain't gonna sit there and harp on that. I got till Wednesday to let that go. I'm letting you know that now. It'll be out my system by Wednesday. But damn, I've been moping. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody moping, man. But hey, look, the sun will rise. The sun will rise, and we will be back on top. We will get back to it, baby. Hey, look, we'll do it, but to do it.
Yes, sir. Ain't nothing to it, but to do it. Do it.
But one thing about it, once you've done something before, I can do it again. That's it.
Well, we should have did it last night.
But the good thing is, Kirby.
Last night, the injuries caught up to us, sir. That's what happened. Caught up to us.
And
it's only so many games. What I'm saying is, even if we would have put the healthy guys in there, man, you get a big loss was Amarius Mims. I mean, that was a big loss. Soon as that happened, I knew it's a big problem.
But it was trenches too, man. It was trenches too.
Yeah,
they got a little too cute.
We lost in the trenches. They won the trenches matchup. I felt. I mean, if you know football, and we do know it because we talk it all the time. We know it was a recipe for disaster watching that game. To be only losing by 3, only lost by 3.
And truthfully, and we already know the catch that got overlooked that they didn't stop for. They ended up scoring right after that play. So that really changed the tide because if you take that 7 points away from that, the Dogs that would have had more. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. We didn't get it done. We didn't execute. Yeah. We got 5 sacks off Milrow last night. 5.
Yeah.
No one's done that. 5 on 1. We harassed them, but we couldn't stop.
We harassed them, but I mean that's why it wasn't our year, man. It just wasn't our year, dog. You ain't got no stat to jet, baby. You gone now. It is what it is.
Yeah, Stat also had a generational defense 2 years in a row. Carson carried that team, but we can have that discussion elsewhere.
We'll be better next year.
That man made plays, though. He had a defense, but he made plays when it counted.
Hey, not
He
gonna sit
made
there
the
and lie
play.
about it. Because here's the thing. Look at what we got with Stacey Searles. That offensive line couldn't hold up toilet paper last night. Period. So when have we ever seen that offensive line really be that bad? So it's two things that's got to be addressed. We won't really talk dog football on here. We mention it, but the creativity with the offensive play caller with Mike Bobo's got to change. And Stacey
Yeah.
Searles, hey, I was praying that Sam Pittman got fired because we was ready to bring him back to Georgia. Seriously. You bring him back, we get those monsters, and your quarterback stays clean. So that's just what it is. But it is what it is, man. Shout out to those sorry stinking elephants for beating us. I'm being petty right now, and I don't care. I had my nice video after the game, so I'm talking trash right now. But
I gotta hear this all day tomorrow. God, I gotta hear this all day.
Same,
don't worry
same.
about it. I already said anybody but Alabama can win the championship. I'm pulling for anybody who can beat them. Man, you know that now.
On the
This will
team
be the
that can,
first time I ever pull against the SEC. So
Everybody, a lot of people poo-poo in Washington. I like Washington, man.
I
I'm
think
telling you
Washington
right
got a
now,
shot.
it's gonna be Washington or it's gonna be Michigan that's gonna have Alabama their ass.
Well,
I did.
Michigan got to play them then, because Michigan got to play them
Washington
first.
got the receivers, man. They got a plethora of receivers, man.
But you but
Nah,
you got
Bama
to
got
admit,
Texas first.
even though they didn't have Jordan Travis, they still was getting ready to get their second string quarterback back, probably by the playoffs. They were gonna sit for a month. But I know Mike got a little grin on his face because he's a Miami Hurricane fan. Florida State got hosed. They go 13-0 and win their conference. They got hosed.
Yeah, they did.
But it
I
was
ain't gonna
gonna
lie.
be the way it's set up. It was gonna be some teams that were gonna be irate. If it wasn't Florida State, it'd been another team. It just,
But here's the thing:
yeah.
Do you put a Texas in over a Florida State? Yeah, they beat Alabama, who beat us, but Florida State went 13-0. They won their conference. They did everything they were supposed to do.
But Texas
And
in because they beat Alabama,
Exactly.
and Florida State would be in if we beat Alabama.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
pretty much ain't our fault.
That's what, like I said,
we
somebody
screwed,
gonna be
we screwed
upset.
that one up.
Everybody, somebody gonna be upset. It's just one of them years, man. It is what it is, dog.
Well, next year it won't be like
Florida
that.
State was sitting there like, man, UGA, y'all had one job to do.
Pretty
Yep.
much
One damn job. Y'all had one job.
Hey,
one job.
now, Mike, listen. Now we always say that Ohio State stole that from y'all with the refs. We always say that. It's
Oh
been
yeah,
20 years, bro. You
you
gonna
gotta
have to let that
let
go.
that go.
It's been 20 years, dog.
You got
Your starting linebacker, Jonathan Viltman, was calling our game today, who was on the field for those Miami Hurricanes. And
gotta
to
let
me,
that
I
go.
feel like they got robbed out of that game. I still say that to this day, but eventually you're gonna have to let that go. Like we had to let 2nd and 26 go, even as painful as it is to still talk about.
I just feel like they wanted us off the top of the mountain, man. They really
Yeah,
did.
because they got what they wanted. Nobody could beat us, even in our down year. It took the refs to help damn Alabama to beat us last
Because
night. Period.
when the powers that be speak, people
I,
listen. So
the
I
last
think it was just
time,
time. At this time for maybe Kirby was, feeling himself a little too much. They said it's time to shut his ass up.
no, the last
Hey,
time come out at 3-peat, it was back in the 1930s, and that was the Minnesota.
yeah, it was Minnesota. And here's the thing: they already, for number one, they already hate the SEC. They hate
Yeah.
the SEC. Period. So if an SEC team would have now, if it had been Michigan or Ohio State, oh yeah, we're gonna let them three-peat. But an SEC team to three-peat, oh no, they would have never heard the last of it. And especially a Georgia Bulldog team who they didn't want to win in 2021 and in 2022. So it is
But that's
what it
what,
is.
but that's what I'm saying. That's what it goes back to. They just want us off the perch. Get off the perch.
I'm
We want you
I'm gonna say
down.
it. I'm gonna say it like
Well,
this.
next year gonna be 12 teams,
I'm
so
I'm
ain't
a
gonna
Yeah.
be
pit.
no
I'm a
choice.
piss some people. I'm finna piss in some folks' cornflakes, and I don't care. I'm gonna say it like this.
Boy.
Georgia ain't going nowhere. We built for the long run, long haul. So understand this. Kirby ain't going nowhere. So when Saban either croaks and dies or
Oh
he
man,
retires,
don't say that.
Kirby is gonna be around. So understand this. Them dogs ain't going nowhere. That's all I got, baby. BirdCage, baby. We out. Dogs till we die. Let's
All
go.
day.
Every
Peace.
day. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.